Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the start of a new week. In case you're wondering, hey, what the hell's been going on all week? How am I going to jump into these Zoom chats and Google Hangouts and have anything to small talk about? Don't you worry.
Oh, did you hear about RBG?
Did you hear about RBG? Let's tell you some details about how they're rushing to replace her as quick as can be, even though 4 years ago they said that was the wrong thing to do.
I wonder if RBG is a big pre-Zoom chat call. I feel like that's too political for a...
I feel like
air quality is the best.
Do you think that you could say like respect to RBG no matter what side you fall on?
No.
No?
There's one side that...
Isn't down for that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go air quality.
Yeah.
Which is getting better.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Totally fine. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about this whole Supreme Court thing. I would say in the beginning, we really got into a great discussion about Supreme Court, the Senate, what all this stuff means for the election, what's going on. Like I said, people saying 4 years ago that the worst thing that you could do is try to replace a judge this quickly, and now some of those same people are trying to do exactly that. So we're big, Pod Save America types in the first 20 minutes of this thing. Yep. Then, obviously, on these Zoom calls, you're going to want to mention TikTok.
Uh-oh.
So we got you covered on that. We're going to fill you in completely on what's going on and why Trump has this last-minute surprise little $5 billion tax.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What's going on with that, Donald? We have our famous segment, Sleep or Chill. We're going to tell you who needs to sleep and who needs to chill this week. Going to talk about all things coronavirus. What's the update? I haven't heard much on cases, deaths. I haven't checked in, so I'm hoping we chilled out. We'll find out.
Yep. Traffic's up.
Traffic is up.
Everywhere in the city.
Traffic is up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to end it off with a story about someone losing great amounts of wealth. And not that I want to celebrate anyone's failure, but right now seems like it might be the time to go ahead and do just that.
Yeah.
So that's how we'll end.
If you know people who store value with oil on a canvas, be very suspicious.
Because of how cultured they are, they might just run circles around you. All right, let's get into it.
Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, group chat.
Cash.
It's $1 trillion. Hot.
Hey guys, time to start the week. How's everyone feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Okay. On
Clear
it?
lungs. Feel good.
You what?
The air is cleaned up.
The air's cleaned up.
I think there's still fires, but doesn't affect us
Didn't
anymore.
come here. Yeah.
Did you guys feel the earthquake Friday night?
Yeah.
I did.
You did too, right? You don't like those
By the
earthquakes.
way? Those get me really jittery.
That one was really rumbly for me. Was it like that for you? It was a little different than the other ones.
It was. You could definitely feel it.
Yeah, because you're just waiting for the big one.
Yes, I'm waiting for it to escalate.
Yeah.
And
I
just
actually
everything
think-
to start crumbling.
Yeah.
I feel like smaller, frequent ones are better. Just letting it out of the system.
Yeah, let the.
Our dad's actually an earthquake expert. We should ask him.
You don't want one. In 40 years.
But it
That's
sounds
not
like
good.
that's what we have already. It sounds like those little ones aren't doing anything, and we're long overdue for the big release.
I also feel that we've had a lot of little ones.
A lot, which also seems sketchy, right? Doesn't that seem like a precursor?
No, I feel that's good.
Okay, all right. I'll trust the hurricane. You're at least related to a earthquake
Expert.
Yeah. So like,
I'm not
you know more than
consulting
I
him
do.
on the answer. I'm just, as my opinion.
okay. All right. Well, maybe we can
No
get some
facts.
real facts.
Yeah.
At least it was quick.
That's what she said.
All right. Next up, we lost RBG.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. I mean, it seems like she's been sick for quite a while.
Yeah, she's had pancreatic cancer for a really long time. And, we talked about it a few months ago. We were like, hopefully she just keeps it together through the election.
I know. And I hate to talk that way, but it is true. It's like there's so much hinging on her staying alive.
Yeah. It's really interesting because, first of all, like, incredible life story, because I got to read a lot about her. I think she's been on the Supreme Court since 1993.
I gotta watch her documentary. I saw it's like, obviously trending now.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about her. I know people really like her, and she has a great story.
She did a lot, obviously, for women's rights, gender equality, things that, like, I think from a Supreme Court justice standpoint, she was very pivotal in, like, to what the country is today. Even Sheryl Sandberg, Miss Lean in herself,
Just lean out.
and lean back,
Yeah.
even said, I wouldn't be here today in this position manipulating America if it wasn't for RBG.
Yeah. That's
But,
true.
you know, I mean, unfortunately, while we want to celebrate her life and her legacy and all the great things she did, it instantly turned into political turmoil.
Yeah. Which I get though. Like I said, I hate to talk like that about someone passing away, but like this is a very serious death for like a lot of other reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's probably the most serious death since, like, I mean, I can't even imagine a political figure after, like, Kennedy, because
But
of how
also-
much impact it has on our future.
Yeah. That's my question is other than, I mean, that might matter more than Trump dying.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's going to shift policy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it lasts so long.
so to unpack what is at stake now, Donald Trump is 45 days away from election. The Republicans control the Senate. I believe you only need 51 votes.
Yeah, it used to be 3/5, and Mitch McConnell has created this new world where it's now just majority vote.
But it also, but it actually, if you want to be just intellectually honest about it, Obama's administration and Senate lowered the
Lot.
threshold to get judges past McConnell because McConnell was blocking everything.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Shit.
so we're here now. So here's the hypocrisy of all of it. In 2016, President Obama nominated Merrick Garland, a liberal judge, to the Supreme Court justice, and Mitch McConnell blocked it and said, we are not voting. And he refused to bring it to vote because the Republicans controlled the Senate at the time.
Yep.
And in an election year, the American people are about to speak in November. We need to hold.
Yeah.
That was his stance.
And it worked.
It worked. 4
Okay.
years later,
Let's run that back.
We're 45 days away from an election. Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell have vowed that they are going to rush a nominee.
Lindsey Graham is the one who said that.
Well, and Mitch McConnell did
Yeah.
a public statement
Yeah.
that we need to do it. And Trump says we're the winners. We need to advance our agenda. Here's like the real issue. Forget the hypocrisy. I think the Republican Party in whole knows they are so vulnerable because they are the minority in the country.
Yeah.
So they have to do all this trickery to stack courts, judges, and political nonsense because they know their values aren't the majority of the country.
Yeah.
Like I hate to like just say it so blatantly. Republican values are not the majority of the United States of America. Whether that reflects in elections and voting is a completely different discussion.
Yeah. That's the only minority I don't like. You know what I mean?
And the interesting thing is like you start reading about Supreme Court justices getting approved. Typically, they take 70 days. Okay? 70 days would be December.
Yeah.
So in typical form. And, you know, Lindsey Graham, there's literally a filmed statement on television saying, you can record this and play this against me, that if I ever try to rush a judge.
He did that?
Yes.
He
And they're
literally said
doing it.
and they're
Like these were like, I'm sorry, like
Why would you ever say that?
honestly,
because it doesn't matter.
the Republican Party is forget what a conservative means in the United States of America.
Yep.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way the Republican Party, the elected officials act.
Yeah.
It is disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm not talking about conservative values. Let me be very clear. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about Republican officials.
100%. Very different things. I just feel like it's become this almost like cartoon of like that old school American, like, take what I want
Yeah.
lot. Like, it's almost like a joke now.
It is, and the thing is, it's like, okay, so RBG passes, and you can't even kind of like commemorate her life as, you know, what she did in her lifetime, and the odds, you know, becoming a female Supreme Court justice is like, it's impossible.
Yep.
It's literally impossible. I think she's only the second, right?
Yeah, probably.
So it's like the hardest thing in the world.
Yep.
And she gets there. She's, made these landmark cases. She has a history of just being this incredible lawyer. And like, you're looking at what's happening. So what's at stake from a legal standpoint? I think the biggest thing is abortion.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you stack all these conservative judges, you're really looking at, what are the big things? So there's like still affirmative action in some cases. So maybe they want to overturn that. Okay, that can be debated a little more civilly.
Mm-hmm.
Abortion, what's the most interesting thing about abortion is that the same group of people that tell you it is not for you to make a decision if I wear a mask or not are happily going to tell women you can't have an abortion.
Yeah.
It's insane that the same party can just be hypocritical.
It's a joke. That's why I say it's like a cartoon. Those people don't live by any like principles that maintain. It's just whatever I say goes.
And at whatever time is convenient.
Yes.
And the thing is,
because I said it, you have to trust it. It's the worst kind of authority.
2016 election year. This is our principle. We're waiting for the American people to tell us when we can appoint a judge.
Yeah.
2020 election is 45 days away. We need to rush nominate.
Yeah.
Like you're just so intellectually dishonest. It's such a joke. At this point, I can't even reconcile anyone that, other than taxes, or you're a racist, why do you support these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say...
I think it's probably a little of both.
Yeah, you're like a racist tax evading guy.
Yeah, you just want to be... this is what I think it is. I think you look up to... Like the same reason we look up to... Well... We like to watch rappers because they give us a little bit more feeling of like, fuck it, right? Like just show off. And I want a little bit of that life. I think it's the same thing with those people. All the people that support those guys want to be that. They want to be that with their families. They want to be that with their world. Is whatever I say goes because I said so.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, it's just that arrogance of like the American arrogance that has always been like kind of American pride and then even American exceptionalism historically has now become pure arrogance, pure you can't tell me that I did something wrong. So I'll tell you I know everyone's upset about this, especially liberals. I think it's going to guarantee Joe Biden victory.
Really?
Yes.
You think that?
I actually think so.
But the problem is, so let me finish this. But the problem is that if they get so right now with RBG gone, the court is decidedly conservative, right?
Yeah.
So by the time they get someone approved, even if they get someone approved by election, obviously there'll be another conservative person. So if the election is contested, then the Supreme Court may decide who the president is. Yeah. Which, if that happens, that obviously will lean towards Donald
Don't you
Trump.
think you're too deep in detail for the average voter already?
So I will say,
in terms of what?
Like it's like what you're talking about is true, but the average voter doesn't get that level of.
But I think what's happened is, if you saw fundraising across the board for Democrats, except for one other day this year, yesterday was the biggest fundraising day in like Democratic history.
So the Pod Save America guys have a campaign called Get Mitch or Die Trying to flip the Senate.
Yeah.
It had raised $4 million up until Friday. I think maybe just under 5.
Yeah.
They've raised $20 million over the weekend.
Yeah.
And they're using that money for 13 specific states where they think they could flip.
Yeah.
Republican to Democrat. I donated. Full transparency.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mitch McConnell is a bad dude.
He's a bad hombre.
He's
a
a bad
real
hombre.
bad hombre.
Lindsey Graham. So the race that I've actually been donating most to is Jamie Harrison versus Lindsey Graham. Mm-hmm. He's like a hotly contested Senate race in South Carolina where this guy, random dude, can beat Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
So I just think that this is like the final straw.
Yeah.
I think people
you can't rule by minority. Just all the trickery, voter suppression, all this nonsense, rushing judges, packing courts. it's going to catch up to you because the country doesn't agree with you. Whether it catches up to you in this election cycle, it's going to catch up to you the next one.
I think the next one for sure. I think no matter what, this is the last stand of that mentality.
Yeah, that like.
But they might win it.
Yes.
Is my concern.
So the Democrats have vowed. This is finally Democrats are actually playing dirty.
Yeah.
That
thank God.
If the Democrats win the Senate, this is why the get Mitch or die trying is so important for Democrats. They say they're going to pack the court, add 2 Supreme Court justices, which they can legally do with the Democratic president and Democratic Senate, and then the court flips.
Yeah.
So just that flips the court.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but they have to win the Senate and they have to win the presidency.
But I'm telling you, man, $20 million in these states matters.
Yeah.
Because like running ads in Mississippi, if you throw an extra $1 million, that's game changing.
Well, it's so I think it's 10 different senators that are in hotly contested
There's
races.
23 Republican Senate seats that are up for re-election.
Like, I donated to the person running against McConnell, but like that lady really doesn't have a shot. She's probably going to get creamed.
But whatever, let Republicans waste resources to make sure McConnell stays, and then they ignore some of these other seats.
Yeah.
I know we sound so partisan, but the Republicans play so goddamn dirty, and they don't represent the majority of the country. I want someone to give me the argument why we're wrong.
Yeah, and I
just
want to be...
don't like minorities, immigrants...
No, but I'm just saying, the purpose of elections, the purpose of elections and the purpose of the Senate, like the filibuster rule, Obama said at the John Lewis eulogy, that is a Jim Crow relic. Basically, the filibuster rule is that you can have 60 Senate, you need 60 Senate seats to get a vote done.
Yeah.
And the point is, that's not representative of the country. 2 people in Montana, 2 senators in Montana don't represent.
Yeah.
Like, you can get votes blocked because Senate's seats in these small states can block what the country actually matters.
If you really think about, and this is why I talk like the way I talk, being from LA and California, is that tax revenue, which everyone benefits from, California generates the most by far, like the most tax revenue, right? And I'm talking federal income tax revenue, California, but like our money, imagine if people in Oklahoma had to pay for California firefighters.
Yeah.
Imagine what they would think.
Yeah.
But like the entire country benefits off of coastal states who generate more income because we just so happen to make way more money than the rest
all
of the
you need is 6 senators from Wyoming, Montana, and Iowa to block national legislation that the country wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't get why it's not based on population.
Or, make it about money, because that's the only thing people in this country care about. Tax revenue, that's how many senators you get.
That's my point. Republicans know the country doesn't reflect their values, so they're ruling by minority with trickery.
But here's what I would also say. I think you touched on a really good point, and to me, it's something that I wish I could get across how I feel about it is, to me, there's Democrat and Republican, and then there's like this far left cancel culture, get into Antifa bullshit, which is not Democrat. And then there's this like racist, anti-abortion, Lindsey Graham shit that I don't even call Republican. It's like this other thing. And I think that Trump really sparked that. And I think because all these people like blindly followed Trump down whatever path he wanted to go down, this whole new area, like the fact that we're talking about abortion is like a joke. Like, what are you going to do? Ban gay marriage next? Like, are you're just going to go backwards?
Yeah.
I think that that's like, I don't know. I know that probably a lot of Republican-leaning people are going to be offended just because we are saying Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
But I wish we could divide what we even mean. Because we have a lot of friends with conservative leaning thought process. We don't have any problem with that. It's not even that. It's this thing. It's this weird...
It's
like
the actual officials.
Yeah.
It's not even the...
So
that's what fires up this like... there's this thing that exists that we've all seen in small bits and pieces. Where like it's firing up this piece of... I will say it's mostly older white men.
Yeah.
That have this like, it's mine because it's mine, and I want my shit
it's
back.
Grasping on to a legacy of the country that no longer exists.
It's about change. So if you're an older white man who's been fortunate to have a great life, and now all of a sudden, maybe your business has been affected. All of a sudden, your neighborhood is changing color. you go to a nice hotel, you see a dark family, you start those things.
Start saying weird
and you
statements under your breath.
Yeah, and then we've all experienced it when we're at nice places, and you could tell they just like, this change is fucking bothering me,
and they're holding on, like clawing.
Yes.
Like my thing is, look at the stock market, right? Look at the fact that all we've been talking about is the companies that are carrying the stock market.
Yeah.
Those companies aren't all white companies.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
It's not only when you look at the leadership, but when you look at the engineers, that's the future of the country, right?
Yeah.
That's where we're going. We got to just accept that and sort of move. Like, I don't understand why anyone is still clawing so hard at like, we're going to bring the good old America back where the white man is first.
Yeah, it's
what are you doing?
I mean, this is the analogy we always make. I feel like the Republican Party reflects physical retail 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Like e-com's not happening.
Not under my
Not
watch.
in my world.
But if those people could now affect policy, of course they would do the same thing.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you know what? E-com's illegal. Can we pass that?
And
that's literally what
the
a
internet,
Republican would do.
Don't fuck with it.
Well, the problem is that the last real stand for the Republican Party is there's this minority of really rich white people still in the country that probably don't even believe in this nonsense, but they use these people for their political, financial agenda.
I mean,
they get manipulated.
it was explained really well to me by someone who has a lot of money and talks to people with a lot of money. It's the top 1% are all for Trump, and the bottom 10% of the country are all for Trump.
Yeah.
And then the rest are like, we want Sleepy Joe.
Yeah.
That's more reflective.
Yeah.
But isn't that crazy?
Yeah, but that's also the problem, because if you're like rich, trying to protect your taxes and all that shit, which I totally get, all you can really do is bet on Trump.
Yeah.
Like Joe feels like such a, like, who knows, like a loose cannon. Like, I don't know.
But historically, if you under Democrats, none of the stuff that everyone's telling you, stock market has gone up under like every single president.
Yeah, I
it
agree.
doesn't
I mean, stock
matter.
market goes up regardless.
But I just think
it
they
doesn't
know
matter.
that all those little, the tax policies, whatever, they're all going to go in the favor.
Sure.
And do you know, honestly, what Republicans actually really screwed up with, this is the tactical error, which Dee was alluding to, is that if they do try to jam a Supreme Court Senate, these guys have raised $20 million, the Pod Save America guys, to flip the Senate. You flip the Senate, your Republican values are gone.
Gone.
Forever.
Yes.
Literally forever. You're never going to get the Lindsey Graham mentality back.
No, because those people can't.
They will pack the courts. They will literally unwind every Republican policy that's possible.
That's why I think this is going to backfire. There's even two senators,
Murkowski and Collins. They've already
said
so the Senate's basically 2 away from blocking a judge.
Mitt Romney.
Yeah, so one more and you're done. Because all
I
you need is 51.
You know what I really wish I could see is the new age Republican. Like, who is
Sandman.
that person? No.
Nicholas Sandman.
You're probably right. But
He's
what I'm saying is,
the
like,
future.
What about a Republican that also understood, like, I would never try to block abortion. I understand that the country is diverse.
So
what if that, like, I feel like that could be a promising thing.
So the thing that I always, from friends who were Republican or are Republican, that are, I would say, that are smart enough to have a conversation with on this, they'll say they are socially liberal, fiscally conservative.
Yeah.
That's just the common statement.
I mean, that's like forever.
Yeah.
Our entire adulthood. A lot of people have said that.
Yeah, but but the problem is the fiscally conservative clearly outweighs the socially liberal part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
fiscally is what, you're more worried about your fiscal than your social.
When we talk about the top 1%, like, you just want to say it bluntly,
they don't care about anybody.
It doesn't even affect their lives.
Yeah.
Social justice does not affect their lives.
No.
Their day-to-day lives. Like,
but I would say that is wrong when you see what's happening in Beverly Hills, and that is the 1% of 1% in LA, and they don't like what's happening in their city.
But their reaction is not, we need more social justice, we need more cops to keep these kids out of our neighborhood.
That's the problem, is when when you're fucking up Rodeo Drive and you can't go shop on a Saturday, your go-to isn't, you know what, let me see what this is all about.
Let's think about the
It's like, get off my lawn sort of mentality.
And not my backyard.
Yeah, not
NIMBY.
Go do that somewhere else. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever, we'll see. But I do think it's the last stand. I hope. Yeah, because it's just not, it's such a minority that believes that way, you're right.
Yeah.
That I think this is the last stand. And the question is, does it last 4 more years?
Yeah, because we're very critical about a lot of the left-leaning policies and wokeness and cancel culture. Like, we don't stand for that shit.
No, yeah.
But
100%.
the way Republicans are acting, the problem is, like, if the Democrats just stop that nonsense.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think Joe Biden isn't playing that
Like,
game.
stop the Jeff Bezos is a criminal. Jeff Bezos is making our lives better.
But Joe Biden, who's running for president, and his running mate have not said that. They've not said any of that stuff.
My complaint, though, is they haven't said what they said. They haven't said anything.
The problem is that they're not really, unless Joe Biden, the debate will be the only time where the entire country gets to hear Joe Biden's side.
So
we hear
risky.
Donald Trump hijacked press conferences because he knows he is ratings gold.
Yeah, because he can't do rallies, so he does a press conference every day.
Yeah.
He had a press conference. He had a rally in North Carolina. No problem.
Yeah, he loves a good rally.
He loves a good rally. And okay, if anything's an early indication, Virginia, early voting has started. 3-hour lines, first day. Trump supporters blocking the election entrance. Like, you can't even do that shit. And they do it on day one.
That's day one.
Let me tell you,
I
early
actually
voting.
have
Can you
a
imagine
feeling-
real voting day?
I have a feeling
It's going to be fistfights.
that if votes are counted properly, this could actually be a landslide.
Because
I think the majority of the country is sick of this shit.
Virginia is
Obama won Virginia. I don't think Hillary did.
no, but Virginia is like, it's a swing state, and it probably leans conservative historically, except for those Obama years. The fact that the first day was 3-hour line is, that ain't old people. They've already mailed in their ballot there.
So the thought is that was not anti-Trump people.
That's what people think.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I saw one, dude in a MAGA hat in line because I was watching it on TV.
Yep.
But I just think that the early voting, if they actually count the votes and share that information, which they're not, but I think you're going to see that I honestly believe it's going to be a landslide.
Yeah. Okay.
They could try to cheat the election, but I don't think it's going to happen.
And like we said before, they may get another 4 years, but over time, it's over.
I think if they could get another 4, and then, I think that's it. I think then you deal with the remnants if they win this Supreme Court thing. That has to burn off.
Yeah,
that might take
a lot of
10,
old
20
federal
years.
judges
I know.
that can keep locking up minorities for petty crimes for tens and tens of years.
Yeah.
That'll happen, and that's really fucking shitty.
I think the problem is if you get these wins, it could be over in November.
Yeah. You win the Senate, it's over.
If the Democrats win the Senate and Biden wins the presidency, Republicans are going to be so remorseful for the way they've acted the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats, the kid gloves are off. They're out for blood.
What I'm scared of, though, is what all the little Sandmans and the...
I'll tell you
What's the other
where...
guy's
Grab your
name?
gun, shoot us.
What's the other guy's
That's literally
name?
what's going to
I'm telling you, bro.
Rickenhouse.
You're going to go... Yeah, that guy.
I'll tell you where the Republicans are winning people, which longer term I think is going to be a big part of their population, will be the Hispanic voter. He's thinking about nominating a Hispanic woman judge. Hispanic people are typically religious.
How about Trump giving $13 billion in aid to Puerto Rico this week from the hurricane from years ago because Puerto Ricans make up so much of the Florida vote?
So he's just grasping for straws. That's why, like you said, he said he's going to nominate a woman.
It's
He's
like
just trying to look,
ruling by minority, you may sneak in another election, but this isn't a long-term sustaining platform.
Okay.
Sorry, we went hard on politics.
I just can't wait. Imagine when the true minorities, because minority is such a buzzword.
Yeah.
The true minority is like the white.
We're probably already there.
Yeah.
That guy is the minority.
I just feel like in
The
5,
boater in Newport
8
Beach. You're a
years,
minority, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna look at that person like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You are literally holding on to
We were trying to think at our preschool the other day. It's a very artsy liberal preschool.
Mm-hmm.
We're we were just literally looking at the parents. Do you think anybody here is voting for Trump?
Yeah.
And they're all pretty well-to-do families. They're not bottom 10%. I would say they're top 5 to 1%.
Yeah.
And I was like, probably not. I don't think so. Like it's very like you. Of course, I have friends voting for him, but like I just don't see it as much as I thought I would see it this time around.
Yeah, and I will say we have friends that did vote for him in 2016 that aren't now.
Yeah.
And they voted for him for more of the tax, the fiscal.
Yeah.
But they're like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You know, because even if you're a fiscal guy, there's a very good chance that your fiscal got messed up by the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
Response.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so you're like, all right, fuck
fiscaled
it.
in your ass.
Yeah, like I saved a couple points on taxes, but I had no business for the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, there's also this article about, we just spent a little bit of time bashing, Trump and friends. But there's actually one thing that he's done really well that I think we should celebrate.
He's doing a phenomenal job of this.
He's doing a really good job at this. And I think, look, like I said, we cover both sides. And so it's good to give praise where praise is due, you know?
Find people both sides.
Find
Find
people both sides.
Maybe not anymore. Come at me.
Yeah, Anand's had enough.
I'm done.
Anand's had enough.
I'm triggered.
Yeah, Anand's pissed. Anand's like, shoot me, you little bitch. What's that guy's name?
Rittenhouse.
There's no update on Rittenhouse.
He's
right?
in jail.
But
I think he's like facing like serious like murder charges.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone for life. We're never gonna see this guy again.
But don't you think if Trump wins, Rittenhouse is going to just end up at home?
Should we pardon him on his way out?
Did you listen to Edward Snowden?
I have 45 minutes left. I talked about in the last podcast. I said he's an absolute genius.
It was good. And here's a couple things. Joe Rogan said that he knows people who knows Trump, and he's going to personally call them.
I saw that.
And tell him that he needs to pardon him because it would be good for his campaign.
So Dana White.
Yes. And also, did you see that Donald Trump mentioned in a podcast with this military guy that he would host a podcast debate
Yeah.
for 4 hours between Trump and Biden?
I love it.
And Trump retweeted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a powerful podcast.
Yes, that is one.
No,
Would
guy.
that destroy Joe?
Why?
Yeah, 4 hours against Trump. I think
The
he'd get
4
mad.
hours, no. If Joe Biden does it, he has to say it's a 1 hour. 1 hour.
30 minutes.
Yeah,
But I'm
guy needs a
scared to
nap.
death.
Yeah, that's it.
I am so scared that he is going to get worked over so bad at these debates that will be the flipper. I'm worried those debates are the most risky thing that we have left until November.
Are they Zoom or are they?
I think they're going to be in person because you can put him 10 feet away.
He's going to get
Yeah.
smoked.
Because all Trump will do is just say like, you're stupid, you're stupid, you're
That's what
senile, you're senile.
No one should talk about
Yes.
policy.
Right?
No one should talk about
They
policy.
just hurl
You're
insults.
fat. You use a tan. Blah, blah, blah.
Your hair is fake.
Your hair is fake.
Was
You
it Joe that said he was going to take him out back and beat him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's in the old days?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be policy. Then Joe has a chance. If he doesn't have to remember, what are we going to do in China? What are we going to do in this? You're just going to
know.
beat your fucking ass.
I know.
That's what America wants.
Hey, I'm down for a boxing match. I mean, do a Logan Paul style sellout Staples.
Yeah. I'll give Joe a shot there. I mean, Joe's faster. He looks lean.
Yeah,
Joe looks like, I don't think Trump's ever been punched.
No way.
Yeah, Joe has.
Maybe
Joe's
my head.
definitely been punched.
Yeah.
The only person that was touching Donald Trump was Epstein.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Can't
And
believe
on
you
that
just
note,
fucking
okay. Holy cow. All right. What did Trump do good? Well,
So in the year 2000, the United Kingdom had an 83% favorable view of the United States.
nice. That seems
That's
to make
great.
sense.
You know, how hard it is to
allies.
keep that up. Don't worry, we're at 41% now.
Oh
In
my-
Germany,
of the United States as a whole,
yes.
this is what I hate, is we take the blame for this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now when you go to these countries, well, you can't now, but
Yeah,
whatever, and
you're a
you
joke.
say I'm an American, you're a joke.
Yes.
Germany,
Sucks.
78% in the year 2000. Now, 26%. Canada.
Oh, Tim's got the little, hold on.
72% in 2000, 35% now. I mean, you just go down the list of countries, every single country looks lower of it. And we don't realize the impact of that longer term, but like we do have trade relations with literally every country in the world. We do have, people do business globally. It is a global economy, whether we like it or not. All the jobs are not coming back to the United States. Things are going to be made everywhere, all over the world.
Yep.
You just have to update your thought process here.
I just think, do you think that if we go to like Germany on a little vacay and we're clearly Americans, do we take the
I think
heat?
people laugh at us.
Yeah.
I think
They
15
don't
years
know
ago.
that we don't all agree.
15 years ago, you show up with that blue passport foreign,
You're
you're like,
God.
you got swag.
Yeah.
You're just like, I'm American. Now everyone, I think, smirks and laughs. It's like people snickering when you walk in.
Now you have a Celebrity Apprentice tee on. Is what you look like. Oh, man. All right. Well, listen.
I mean, I just talk to just my friends who live internationally. They kind of like every time I talk to them over the phone, they just start laughing when they ask questions. Like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
Like, we're the joke.
That's messed up, man. We got to dig out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, listen. Hey, you got to give credit where credit is due.
Great job.
And when it comes to divisiveness, Trump has crushed it.
He's number one.
America first.
Yes.
What's the update on this TikTok deal? You want to know the only thing that I saw? Because I know a lot have been going around. We talked about Oracle. I got an email from the TikTok mailing list yesterday that said, we are here to stay.
Yeah.
TikTok creators, # we are TikTok. So the campaign has begun.
Yeah.
I heard that TikTok was going to, we all heard, TikTok was going to be banned from new downloads or updates.
On Sunday.
On Sunday until November, but that doesn't seem to have happened. What's going on?
So our president, who said it was going to be tough on China, got punked by China again.
Yeah.
TikTok is now valued. TikTok wants to be valued at $60 billion, which is a joke, a complete joke.
Yep.
12.5% gets Oracle, which is Larry Ellison, who is a Trump donor.
Yep.
Crony.
And then 7.5% gets to go to Walmart. This is overvalued. Like, we just pay Chinese people more money for no reason.
And we just gifted one of Trump's buddies a stake in a large company.
This is really
matters.
like Russian.
Yes.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
completely.
It. This is
He
all
had
it
to,
is.
and then nothing has happened. We don't even own majority of the company. At least if it had 60 billion, Oracle and Walmart owned 60%. We know it's an American company then. The whole point of this and why I've been speaking out on this is that no matter how you splice it, China is a national threat to the United States. This is way above Donald Trump's intelligence level, but his own team knows that they are a threat.
Yeah.
And giving access to all of our phones, like we control, like Apple is an American company.
Yeah.
So at the very least, if shit hits the fan, at least they're American.
Yeah.
It's not a Russian company that owns everyone's phones. And just to see like our politicians just get outplayed by the Chinese government, it's embarrassing.
And
What
not
if
only
January
outplayed,
comes
it's
around?
more just like, I think Trump just was like, I don't really care. Hey, Larry, do you want to make, Oracle's going to make a lot of money. They already have, I think, the cloud storage deal with TikTok.
What are you talking about? TikTok is going to go public. This is a pre-IPO, they said.
No, I know, but Oracle is also getting paid both sides.
Okay.
They're going to own a piece of the company and make money on the
listen to
services.
this. It's 60 billion. The stock market is going to love TikTok as a public. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He pretty much handled $20-30 billion to Larry Ellison.
Larry Ellison. God damn
Imagine if this is how it goes down.
So think about Larry Ellison. This is a guy that the NBA blocked from being an owner. He tried to buy the Warriors back in 2012, I think. And the NBA is like, we just don't want this guy as part of our crew.
Really?
So all the owners literally got together and said, he can't buy a team. He can afford more than anyone else could have
Can
bid.
buy the whole NBA.
Yeah, and they were just like, he's a bad hombre.
Yeah.
We don't want him part of our fraternity. The NBA blocked him, and now we're handing him one of the most valuable companies in the world.
Yeah.
So imagine if this is the story. This story comes up, TikTok is bad for national security. What ends up actually happening is China makes out like a bandit on some cockamamie, not even real deal.
Yeah.
Way overvalued. Trump hooks up his homies.
He's going to make out like a bandit.
We know nothing new about what they're doing with our information.
No.
And hundreds of millions of Americans' phones are now in the hands of the Chinese government.
And
It's just that now Larry Ellison made a little bit extra money.
And
Yes.
And TikTok promised 25,000 jobs in Texas.
Great. Good.
Which he's going to use for election.
Yeah.
That
I'm
brought
surprised he didn't do Florida.
25. I mean, he even Trump knows there's not smart enough people there to like pull enough engineers.
I mean, do you
At least
remember
Texas
when-
has a few
No
good
Florida
colleges.
man.
Yeah.
This guy is trying to use Puerto Rican aid. The guy was shooting paper towels like they were baskets at the Puerto Rican people
Yeah.
in the middle of the hurricane.
I mean, because what are the chances that this goes through and we now have some new level of information about how our data is safe? in safe hands? Is there zero chance?
Zero chance.
So this is all that
this
something.
is trickery.
There was a real fear that existed, and it's going to just
to make Larry Ellison richer.
That's all it's going to end up
Yes.
as.
Yes.
Larry Ellison
And the Waltons.
$60 billion valuation. This thing is going public next year, 100%. And given Snowflake is worth 65 billion, 70 billion, TikTok's worth 250 billion minimum.
And Walmart. Where does
Right?
But
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
This is the insane part about it. Walmart and Oracle are going to own TikTok?
No, they
It's-
don't. They own 20%.
Whatever. They own a piece of it? That's not their business.
Yeah.
Walmart can
And Doug McMillan and Larry Ellison are just close with Trump. They're like, give me a hot property.
give me free money. It's free
Yes.
money. Everyone gets to double their money.
And Trump's coming up on that after this whole presidency bullshit.
Larry
is
Ellison
over.
This
will
is
back
like
his
this
network.
is a funny thing. Like when you're Larry Ellison, how much is he worth? 50, 60 billion? Something
Probably
crazy,
more, yeah.
right? I have no idea what the number is, but do you really that incremental 6 billion matters that much?
Yes, because Larry Ellison seems
Yeah.
like a guy
Yeah.
that he's like on the outside of the rich guy circle, right? Like,
Well, he couldn't even buy an NBA team.
okay, he's not Jeff. He knows he can't be Jeff
He
Bezos.
overbid Joe Lacob for the Warriors and did not sell it to him.
He's pissed. Of course he wants that $6 billion. And just to say fuck you to everyone. Now he's pissed.
And I own the hottest property on earth. I'd rather own TikTok than fucking an NBA team.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't get to sit courtside at TikTok. No one knows. You're not doing the renegade. Unless Larry Ellison.
I don't know.
Maybe
He
he
might be
might.
out there. You might see him.
If he makes $25 billion on this, he's like, I'm a savage.
Yeah.
I'm a freak.
Oh my God. All right. And then why did Trump say he wants $5 billion? Is that just like a
He
Trump
just
tax?
threw that in there, and
Yeah,
TikTok
it's
has no
whatever.
idea of it. He said, I want $5 billion to go to Education America to teach Americans the real history. We already teach that Christopher Columbus slaughtered everybody. You guys, most of America ignored Black Americans. What else do you want? What part of history is missing?
What's the real part you're missing? Oh my gosh. Okay, so he just added a tax. This is literally
They have no idea about it. TikTok.
mafia business.
And guess what? TikTok.
He's a gangster. Trump
is a gangster.
Everyone knows in his real estate dealings. You talk to any business people that have dealt with them in real estate. He's a gangster.
Yeah.
That's how he's operated through and through, and now he's just president.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of those types in apparel, right? And we know them well. But he seems to be the combination of all of that as one person that runs the country that way.
Yes.
It's a joke.
All right. Well, cool. So TikTok's here to stay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's all I care about, right? I'm just going to go
You're
back
good.
to
You're
my
good.
little world. I'm going to worry about my worries, and that is that I get my 30 minutes of TikTok time in at the end of every day.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Staying.
And then, WeChat was in on that conversation. Is that I don't really hear anyone talking about WeChat the same way they're talking about TikTok.
I think WeChat is all these things. A judge came and blocked Trump's court order or whatever order that Trump had, which was to block new downloads of WeChat and TikTok.
Got it.
So, it's gone.
Okay.
This whole thing is like, we're punishing China. It's a joke.
China's
We might
gonna-
as well just, at least for the health of our economy, let Chinese citizens come to America, stay in our hotels, shop our retail stores, eat at our restaurants. At least that helps our country.
Yeah.
Just say, you know what? Anyone from China can come here right now.
Yeah.
That would actually help our country better than these fake TikTok wars and fake WeChat wars.
They probably wouldn't come.
They would come. Trust me.
You think?
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
They're not dying to be there.
All right. At least it's safe.
They're probably, they're probably healthier than we are.
I just feel like so we talked about how other countries view us as kind of a joke or whatever, but I feel like the way that they view us probably on a danger of corona level is probably really bad too.
Yeah, that's true.
To them, it must seem like America is just running rampant,
Yeah,
and
it's
in
like-
every other country they got it under control.
Yeah, I'd imagine if you live in China, you're like, I'm going to get robbed. Everything's burning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be on a ventilator.
Robbed, beat up by a racist, and then left on a ventilator with
Yeah.
Rona.
Not
Welcome to
far-fetched.
America.
USA.
USA.
You know when you take
That's Lindsey
the
Graham's
escalator
America.
down Tom Bradley Terminal when you re-enter America?
Yep.
That's what. Welcome to America. You may get robbed. You might get
Yeah.
corona.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
might get. Stay safe out
Good
there.
luck.
And here's your local gun shop.
Gosh. Okay. All right. It's time for our weekly segment, Sleep or Chill, brought to you by our friends over at Holistic Wellness. If you haven't heard of Holistic Wellness yet, or you've been tuned out or maybe living under a rock, it's an incredible CBD stick. It's water soluble, and it's delivered in one single serve stick. And they're these really cool little sticks, and all you do is you pop it open, you pour it in some water, you stir it up,
Boom.
and you relax. You get to sleep, or you just chill the F out.
Yes.
So in honor of that, we're doing a weekly segment called Sleep or Chill, where we go around and we just talk about who or what needs to sleep and who or what needs to chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Dee, who needs to sleep this week?
Award shows. So the Emmys are on tonight.
Jeez.
Jimmy Kimmel is at the Staples Center to
Really?
an empty audience.
You know what else has been terrible, just
Yeah.
on that note, is like the Jimmy Kimmel show, the Stephen Colbert. Have you seen any of those clips online?
No.
They're so bad.
Because they're just at home.
Because they're just, well, I think they're like in their studio, but no audience. And it's
Yeah.
just like they tell these weird like Tonight Show jokes, which
Yeah.
need like a fake audience laugh.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that, it's just like, ooh, like what did you just nails on a chalkboard?
Yeah.
So maybe that's what the intro will be like tonight.
Yeah, I mean, so you have the Emmys. Oscars are obviously at the top of the year. And Oscars came out with all these new kind of inclusionary tactics that like will get updated between now and 2024. At least one lead or significant supporting actor from an underrepresented racial or ethnic group, 30% of a cast in a secondary and minor roles from two underrepresented identity groups, a main storyline or subject matter that centers on an underrepresented identity group. That's one set of standards. These are all ors, not ands. Group B, at least 6 people on the crew are from an underrepresented. So you just go down the list, right?
Yep.
I think the idea of including underrepresented groups should be done at the budget level for the movie. So made by the requirement by the studio. That's where it matters, where the money is being doled out, where like Universal Pictures or whomever, all these Paramount, they go, okay, you have a budget, here's $25 million. You guys need to have this in that category. When you're awarding people based on,
Yep.
creative, that's like saying NBA team needs to have 2 white guys and an Asian.
Yep.
No, like I don't want to see Indian people playing on the Lakers. We're not good enough. Like we shouldn't be there. Okay, we may have like 1 or 2 guys in like
You
the
can be
D
a
League.
scout.
You
Yeah,
guys go run Google.
yeah.
You
Like
know what I mean?
we don't we don't. If there's an Indian player that's good enough to play in the NBA and he's just better than everyone else,
Yeah.
great. But he doesn't just deserve to be on the team.
Yeah.
And the thing with the Oscars is like we still have to reward just great talent.
Yeah.
And I know underrepresented groups in the Oscars and in the entertainment industry were not given a fair shake.
Yeah.
But I still think the fair shake comes at the studio level,
Yeah.
who's on the budget level, not from the award level.
Yeah, I think that's a big like problem or debate when it comes to like this equality conversation is that like a lot of people want to have like these quotas that you have to fill as opposed to still the talent or the performance. But here's the question. Do you think that maybe by changing the awards, they can force the hand of like then a studio knows, well, they're going to allot so much of this to that.
I do agree with that. I think they are forcing the hand of the studio in that situation. I just struggle with like we have to find leaders that believe this.
Yeah.
As opposed to forcing it on people.
Yep.
And I get it, like we have to force certain things, but like we just have to find leaders of these companies that believe, that can see no color when hiring.
Yep.
Like if you look at our staff, we're not strategically looking to be diverse. We just are. When we just hire people like, oh, we think you're best for this job.
Yeah.
Oh, you just so happen to be a Black woman, or you so happen to be a gay man. Like we don't think about it like that. We just hire people based on who we think is good. The next generational leaders are going to do that. They're not going to, it's not going to be like, I'm going to hire my buddy's son.
Yeah, no, I
from
think
Newport Harbor.
But the
I
hard,
think Ben Horowitz has done the best job of explaining how to actually create diversity it's not about quotas. It's about expanding where you're looking for talent.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you naturally have a diverse pool.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, that person sees something in a perspective that is interesting to me. They should be on our team.
But here's the thing, and this we could have a whole episode about, so I guess we'll just try to gloss over it. I think that one of the big points that's really hard is, like what you just said, Dee, like you are in no way in favor of any sort of discrimination. You don't live your life that way, you don't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can say that Indian people are not the best at basketball.
Yeah.
That comes into a line where people get really pissed. Like one of the big debates in all of this stuff is how there's not a lot of women in tech or whatever it is because women aren't naturally as attracted to tech as men are.
Mm-hmm.
But that conversation gets really contentious. The same way there are people that would fight and say, no, fuck that. Indians aren't in the NBA because Indians are discriminated on and they need
We just can't jump
representation.
very high.
I know, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm good at basketball. I can't jump very high.
Okay, you're good for like an adult rec league in the suburbs,
If the
not in
rim
the
was
big
6
city.
foot, you would
I
crush it.
played in the LA adult league. Those guys are dunking.
But I'm just saying that runs you into there's a big debate around that where some people still take that as discrimination.
So I agree, and I think I understand why they get upset. All I'm saying is, on this particular topic, I'm in the middle because I know I've experienced discrimination at the corporate level, at the high level of doing business with people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that you can win that battle. But yes, I'm obviously a lot more of a stubborn, ambitious, aggressive person than the average person. So I'm like, when I know that's happening to me, I'm going to figure out a way around that. And I don't
But
expect
isn't that the lesson we want to teach?
What?
Be more like that.
I think
People
so.
are going to be mean to you. People
Yeah.
are going to discriminate. People are going to whatever. Be more assertive.
Because
be more.
and I think why that is the right message to teach, because in life you will face challenges. The same way like a white male for the last 50 years was kind of handed a kind of a better life, whether it be with getting a loan, whether it be getting a job, whether it be getting a college promotion. They are now faced with this thing like, whoa, I'm not getting everything that I'm used to getting. They're going through what minorities have gone through their entire existence in this country.
Yeah.
And I think it's good for everyone to face adversity. I think that's why I struggle with the quota thing and I struggle with affirmative action,
Yeah.
And here's the problem. You start putting quotas, take affirmative action in California. Asians got the benefit of it.
Yeah.
Indians, South Asians, Asian people, they're the ones who actually benefited, not Black and Latin students.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Like affirmative action in California, who did it benefit? We know in the peak of our 90s college, it was, look at the colleges. Look at UCLA, Berkeley. They're not reflective of California population.
Yeah, I also think specifically with the UC system.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they were 50% Asian because they just had the highest scores.
But in the 90s, there was affirmative action that clearly benefited Asian students.
And I think that weaned off by the time we were.
Sure. I mean, because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So
But
here's
I'm
the
just
point.
saying-
It's tricky, and we could talk about it for
Yeah.
hours. But I do think that's the I'm happy to see anyone making a move, and hopefully, like I said, the move of distributing the awards differently will then go back and affect the students. But I agree, it has to. It's not there. That's not where the change is going to work.
Yeah.
Because you're going to end up where they're just not going to matter. It's going to be obvious that you're giving awards just to be.
Yeah, imagine if LeBron had won that Cleveland title without Steph Curry on the other side.
Yeah.
There'd be an asterisk there.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like, you didn't beat Steph.
Yeah.
You didn't beat the best player in the league at the time. And that's life. If you're good at something, you want to be I don't know. I'm just
don't
at
want-
that
yeah,
view of
yeah.
I don't want a fucking handout.
Yeah, you don't want those award shows to turn into that.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I don't know. Okay. All right, that was a long one. Anand, who's to sleep?
It's Kanye West.
Yeah,
Unequivocally. Go to
check
sleep.
it. Yeah.
Turn the Wi-Fi off. Unplug the phone.
That ain't happening.
Yeah. He's really messing up the election. I didn't realize.
Yes.
He's really on some ballots and stuff in
Yeah.
some key areas that matter.
Yeah.
And he went on another rant.
Yeah,
Lots of rants.
I'm just over it. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear it. I want to unfollow, but I can't because we have this podcast where we have to talk about stuff
No.
that's relevant for
I know
pop
this
culture.
podcast might be bad for our health. All right, yeah, I agree. Couldn't agree more. Okay, my sleep is a bit of a, sorry to take a serious tone here, but I ended up becoming a big fan of a strange show on Netflix about 6 months ago.
Okay. What's it called?
It's called Cheer.
Oh, no. Didn't that guy get arrested?
Yeah.
That's my sleep.
Oh, my God.
My point is, the show was great.
Was he a big star?
Yeah, big star.
What's his name?
Jerry.
So anyone who's watched
Jerry
Cheer
Harris,
knows
I
exactly
think.
who that guy is.
Yes, not even a question.
Okay.
The show's incredible, which I know it's a tough sell now, but you should maybe check it out. But anyway, whatever. This guy Jerry was a star. He was a kid it's essentially like Last Chance U, but for cheerleading. And
At the high school level or college level?
it's like the
Top high schools?
no, it's like the college, like those sort of same as Last Chance
like
U,
Bring
where
It
like
On?
you don't make it to the big school. These are like the troubled kids,
Oh, okay.
but this school,
The community
But
college.
it's fiction.
yeah, but they
But
like
it's,
Or is
it's
it
over
real?
18.
It's fiction or is it
No, it's
actual
real. It's real.
It's a documentary style.
Yeah. So this school produces some of the top talent, even though they are the kids that didn't make it to the, they're like the
Yeah.
ones to beat, even though whatever.
Yeah. Let
And
me
it's
ask you a question that's a little sidebar.
Yep.
So, in Last Chance U, the reason why it's so compelling is that if those kids do well, they end up at a big college and then they eventually make the NFL.
Yeah.
That's the best case,
Yeah.
right? In the cheer world,
Yeah.
what's the best case scenario? You
Hype House.
I'll actually tell you, you
Yeah.
end up in the high
Okay. That's the winner.
Yeah.
That's like they crown you.
You
You
nailed
get 2 tickets to LA.
Yeah.
You move to
Here's-
Studio City or in the
Yep.
Hype House.
Meet freaking the Wiggle Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think part of the story, at least how I took it, was that there isn't like a best case scenario. It's like these kids are giving their life, like they keep getting like injured really badly and all this stuff, and like this is it.
Why are they doing it though? Because at least at the Last Chance U, there's a sliver of hope.
No,
you go
it's
to
like
the
their
NFL.
it's like their passion. It's just their thing, and
What's so
it all
compelling
ends here.
to you to watch a cheerleading?
It's just good.
I'm
It's
sure
good.
it's just done well.
There's
Like,
some
you-
drama, like they get injured. Like the shit they're doing is really crazy. And then it always comes down, same as Last Chance U, they come down to editing the game really well.
Mm-hmm.
They edit like the competition really well. And you find yourself like, come on, Jerry, don't drop her.
Yeah.
Don't drop her, and like nail it. And you're like,
So
yeah.
Jerry got arrested for child pornography.
Yep.
That'll get you.
And he's the coach, or who is
That'll
he?
get you. He's one of the stars, one of the star cheerers.
The other cheerleaders are 18 and above, right? On the show. So the
I would
child
imagine.
pornography has something not to do with cheer itself.
I think my guess is that it was a young, looked up to Jerry,
Yeah.
young cheer boy.
There has to be a connection if it's based on real life.
I think Jerry became like famous in the cheer world. They talk about like one of the girls on the team is famous. Like she has a social media following. Like everyone knows her. I think Jerry and all these kids became really famous after that show, especially in the cheer world. And there's probably some like young boys. I don't know how young.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. But like being like, yo,
So
Oh
he's
my
going
God,
to jail
Sex
for like
and
25
Jerry.
years, right? I think that's what
so.
he was
I
facing.
mean, it looked like the feds. This didn't look like a local police, like, oh, you were Snapchatting. Like this looked like federal child pornography charges, like as serious
Wow.
as it gets.
That's scary.
So anyway, go to sleep, Jerry.
Yes. I
You know?
mean, it looks like he is.
Looks
I
like
don't
he'll
think he
be
has
in
a
jail
choice.
and for a long time.
But anyway, I mean, there's my content recommendation for the week.
Yeah,
I know
I
it
don't
feels
know.
a little tainted now, but it's a surprise good show. Okay, who needs to chill?
I'll keep it short. The Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Just chill till
January.
That's it. That's
You
all we
guys
have.
can go back to doing whatever you do. We don't know what you do.
Yeah,
do what
just-
you do.
Yeah. Go back to
Do
trying
you.
to take us to
Do
the
you,
60s.
boo.
Just wait till January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the same vein, Republicans need to chill because you're going to ruin your own party.
Yeah. Yeah, as much as I think the Democratic, like as a Democrat, I feel, we've talked about it a million times, I feel not connected to a lot of the Democratic things. I think that Republicans are going to be even worse off. I think politics, I don't know, man. Like, I just think we've had 4 years of like listening about politics more than we ever have in history. And like people in general are just feeling like not represented. Like it feels like those parties don't even make sense anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to pass my chill off to Pete because he was real passionate about some topic before we started. So I'm going to give you my chill.
I'm going to go with Rob Gronkowski.
Ooh.
Back-to-back weeks, he's had 0 points for my fantasy team. He looks old. He looks slow. He should have never came out of retirement, so he's got to chill.
He took like a year or two off.
I think he took a year.
He should have just kept up with his crews.
Wasn't he
The
killing it with
Gronkowski
the
cruise.
Barstool crew? And
Yeah, he was doing everything, but wanted to get back out there. And now it's not looking so good.
all right, well maybe he just has to brush off the dust.
He's had 2 games. Still hasn't been able to do it.
Chill out, Rob.
But Brady won today.
Yeah, Brady
Brady
did win
looked
today.
good?
Yes.
Chill out, Gronk. All right. All right, well, that's it. That was our little new weekly segment brought to you by Holistic Wellness. And while you're at it, if you would like to maybe get some better sleep or chill the F out,
Yeah.
head on over to holisticwellness.com, HOLISTIK wellness.com. Use the promo code DEELS. That's deals. You get 25% off any of the sticks.
Incredible deal.
Yeah.
Won't last forever.
Load up on some sticks.
Yeah.
Chill the F out. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
Maybe you
Damn
need to
right.
chill.
Pre-election, everyone's going to need to chill.
Maybe I'll just pour those sticks into every drink until November.
You're just like chilling.
Just like, yeah.
Really relaxed.
Just a
Hey
zombie.
guys, it's group chat.
I took 2 the other day. It was like this whole thing where I accidentally ended up putting 2 in. Shit works. I was chilling.
You doubled up?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, guys, welcome back to Pete's Time to Shine. That's right. The portion of the podcast where I disguise our sponsors as a time for me to talk about all the cool things I do. But we'll get to that later. First, let's get to today's sponsor is New Republic. That's right, New Republic, the awesome shoe company we have at the 5-4 group. Now, not only are they amazing and they're a team I work closely with for all their content, but their CEO, Josh Kaplan, also listens to the pod. So a fellow Kathy, he's been listening for forever, also listens to the pod. So he's the one you're going to want to go over and support at shopnewrepublic.com. Why? Because they just released their signature Curt sneaker. They're incredibly comfortable and stylish, all white sneaker. But this time around, instead of just re-releasing the Curt sneaker and all the sizes you need for the great sleek design and comfort, but they've dropped a number of other colorways. Now, this one is my personal favorite, the off-white bottom. For you that are just listening and not watching, I'm going to quickly describe them. Off-white bottom with a white leather top and a black back heel. Incredible. I love it. Stylish. Perfect for the whole wardrobe. Then we got the off-white bottom with the black suede on the top. Then we have this icy gray one. I love this one. This one is a really cool one to have in your wardrobe. And the one everybody keeps asking for, the all black Curt sneaker. So I even got a DM this weekend. Somebody said, hey, you got the all black sneaker? Boom, sent you the link. We now do. So for only $98, I know what you're thinking. After all that, I thought you were going to say a $200 sneaker. No, only $98. Head over to shopnewrepublic.com and get yourself a pair of these great sneakers or any of their other great sneakers. And then on top of that, now to my time to shine. 2 things. 1, we're on Triller now at group chat. I'm going to start just dancing on there. I don't care if I don't know if you want to come watch me dance, but a little shining moment over there. And then I just posted another photo today. Would you imagine that? I'll probably post another one tomorrow on my Instagram at your boy Pete. You can go follow me. You don't have to. I don't know. I just need something to talk about to put some shine on myself. So that's going to do it for me for today. I'll be back again on Wednesday. Thank you all so much for listening and supporting all the people that we have sponsoring on this podcast. We appreciate it greatly. Okay, let's get you back into the episode. Bye.
What's the update, guys, on Corona? Just basic death toll, cases. I haven't checked in. Are we slowing down? We're getting a handle on this thing.
Cases have definitely picked up.
Oh, look at that.
We nearing 200,000 fatalities. New cases in California have ticked up to 4,000 for the second straight day, which is more than the 14-day average. So this is happening across the country, not just in America, but in France and in Ireland and just everywhere. The good news is death rates are falling. So that is a positive sign. It looks like doctors have found treatments that are effective in people who've gotten it. Probably even the severity of the virus seems to have, I don't know, it appears that people are getting less sick too.
It also seems like more younger people are getting it, right?
Yeah, I think because younger people have just decided to re-enter society.
Yep.
I saw Pete on a boat with 75 people yesterday.
Yeah, you were on a boat. I thought I saw
funny
that.
joke I heard, I guess this was a big meme, is that when the the burning Trump boats, and someone said clearly that's voter suppression.
That's good.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What boat where were you?
Same boat as usual.
Mary Del Rey?
It's a lot more people this time.
Yeah, the young people, I
Couple
think.
more people we added on. It's okay.
How big was the group?
It looked double digit.
Did we hit? We probably had maybe 10.
Yeah.
It's still small.
I might
It was
call the
just-
police on you guys.
Well, the sheriff saw us and he didn't say anything. So
Oh, wow. Because you saw a bunch of white kids
Yes.
having a good time.
He's like, "Ah!"
That's America.
There we
you
go.
keep on going.
By the way, I wanted to share a really interesting story. I didn't put it on our topic. Matt Stafford wrote, who's the quarterback for the Detroit Lions, grew up in Georgia, was in Georgia during Corona training, and he was training with Danny Amendola, a white receiver, playing catch. No one ever bothered him. He went and got 3 of his black teammates to play catch.
Now there's a problem.
10 minutes later, he said they came and said, you guys need to leave. And he's like, I never experienced racism. And he's like, I'm Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Huge contract, wealthy guy. He's like, as soon as my black teammates showed up,
Yeah.
the conversation changed. And that's like the racism in this country that like the coronavirus has now like just stampeded all over.
Yeah.
Is that like that same scenario where him and his white receiver, and he was like, this is a joke.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he realizes and wrote this amazing article on The Atlantic, I shared it on my Instagram, but I really recommend everyone reading it because it's such an interesting perspective. He's this well-to-do guy, lives in Michigan, plays for the Detroit Lions, famous, rich, and he experienced it firsthand with his wealthy black teammates.
That's the racism that I suck so bad that like the Ben Shapiros of the world will never acknowledge because you can't quantify it in any way.
No.
That I mean,
Daily
every
life.
black person I know that I'm friends with has experienced that.
Yeah.
Like that subtle thing.
Yeah.
Where with this group they do this, with this group they do this.
Yeah.
But you can't like, there's no statistic.
I'd rather that all go away than a fucking quota.
Yeah, and that's the hardest thing because that's deep in the.
Yeah, and that affects daily life to a level that it's just
And you
unbearable.
take it when you said every black friend of ours has experienced that. And what's even sadder about that is they've accepted that that's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. That's going to take, I think that takes a while to weed out, you know?
That's good generations.
Yeah.
Like maybe Nicholas Sandman's kids. Probably not his kids. Maybe
Not his kids in
Not his
particular.
kids.
Yeah.
It'll be his grandkids.
Yeah.
Because his kid will have to be like, Dad, you're stupid.
Yeah.
Because the kid right now is still getting trained in that family. They're getting trained that that's the right way to think.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Corona's cracking off. And what about like economically? Like the rich people are feeling the burn. It's all evening out.
The recession is effectively over for rich people. It's over.
Oh.
Yeah. The top earners in this country are not experiencing a recession anymore. Their lives, if you are white, college educated, you are doing great.
Oh. So you're on that other side of the K recovery we talked about.
Even Asian people are not really, they've recovered too. And Latinos have been affected the most, then Native American, then Black are obviously the 3 groups that are clearly affected by this coronavirus. And it's going to have such a long-lasting impact on wages, opportunities, education, housing. I mean, it's like catastrophic that I don't think average person could appreciate it.
No.
Yeah.
That's when we talk about like the fatherless home rate and like all of these little like these things that just add up.
Yep.
Like when you just threw another weight onto that group. That's like, all right, now dig out of this too.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's insane.
You know what I'm saying?
It's impossible.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
it's sad. Like in this time, Charlie Rose would have had some amazing guests to actually
Yeah.
Too bad he was
put this
handsy.
together. Yeah,
Too bad he was groping. Charlie Groves.
He would.
Yeah.
He would be the perfect
Yeah.
kind of.
What did Charlie do again? Was he like just like his pants all of a sudden were off? Or?
His employees would come over and he'd walk out of the shower naked.
Yeah. Got it. Classic Charlie.
Yeah.
Classic old white guy move.
Oh, where's my towel? I can't find it.
Oh, hey, Rebecca. You got my meeting?
Classic. I can't find my towel.
Yeah.
But here are my old hairy balls.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What are you gonna do with that?
I'll
huh?
tell you what, if there's one thing Mitch McConnell's up to, it's
The
he's
classic
getting a
no.
lot of towels.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who?
Mitch McConnell does not have a towel in
He's
his
air
house.
drying. He's air dried for the last 20
Lady
years.
G for sure doesn't
you know
have
who
a
Charlie's
towel.
two best friends were?
Warren Buffett, Bill Gates.
Yep.
I guess.
It seems so crazy to me, but I'm really starting to think maybe Bill Gates has
You're in on the conspiracies?
I don't think he's like trying to chip us, but I do think maybe he's a little
You know
creepy.
what's funny is with Charlie, I mean, he was by far my favorite television to watch.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't even a close second. And I remember seeing some interviews with like him and Clooney. He's just friends with the most famous people in the world.
Yeah.
And him and Clooney, they were like, remember that time in the hot tub? And they're like talking about this on PBS.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Those are the old days, man. You're not talking about that hot tub anymore.
Yeah. Robe just. Oh.
There were
it's
no
open.
robes, no robes, no towels in that hot
Oh,
tub.
no.
You just get out and shake,
Yeah.
and make eye contact.
Shake your sillies out.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't tie it into the kids song. Last up. So here's the interesting thing. Like, we talked about how the rich have made it out of the recession. I do feel like a select few have not. Like, we talked about who is the rocket owner guy that just got
Fertitta.
creamed, Fertitta.
Yeah. Well, he owns restaurants.
restaurants and
unfortunately.
hotels. He's screwed.
Screwed. So some of those people got screwed. But good old billionaire Ronald O. Perlman looks like he didn't make it out either.
Yeah.
What's going on with him? He's selling his Gulfstream 650.
So Ron Perlman owns Revlon. He was worth $19 billion 2 years ago. Okay? He's worth 4.2 now.
But why at 4.2 are you selling your Gulfstream and your yacht?
So he made a statement saying, I want to reduce my leverage. I also want to spend time with my family, and I have a desire for a simple life. I've never heard a billionaire say that.
No.
So he's selling his Gulfstream 650, his 257-foot
For
yacht.
people who listen to rap songs, that's a G6.
That's G6,
Yeah.
thank you.
Like a
Fly
G6.
like a G6.
Yeah.
Now you got it, Pete?
Learn something new every day.
Movers are hauling crates of art from his Upper East Side townhouse after he struck a deal with Sotheby's to sell hundreds of millions of dollars of artwork. If you want a simpler life, why would you get rid of your art? You should enjoy it.
But
You have
hundreds of millions?
Yes,
that
exactly.
should be nothing.
He's sold his stake in an automobile company. He is, he's selling a lot of assets that make people think, hey, this guy's clearly having some financial troubles. And the thing is like, billionaires are the most competitive people on earth. They're like athletes times 5,000. That's why Larry Ellison at 70 something years old wants to own TikTok. This guy is 77 years old. He's not just going to say, oh yeah, you know what? I had a good run.
I mean, he's a
broke."
socialite, and
Yeah.
this is absolutely embarrassing.
Embarrassed.
You're getting blasted by every national publication of being broke. So at 77, if you're doing this, you either really are over levered, you either have a massive gambling problem, and you got stuck up
I mean,
for
I don't know where
billions
you're
of dollars.
betting $2 billion here, $3 billion.
I mean, we've heard some stories.
Yeah.
Some of these billionaires have to sell buildings because of their poker games.
Yeah. But that's like 50 million, 100 million. This guy lost $15 billion.
I think you just got to own it. I know this is the last thing a billionaire is going to do, but like Fertitta owned it.
Yeah.
Fertitta let everyone know.
Yeah.
And he took a loan at like 16% interest, some asinine interest
did?
rate,
Promo?
Fertitta,
Fertitta.
to save his businesses.
But at least he's out there publicly saying he can like if his business comes back, people will respect him and said, look, you were at least transparent about my business went to shit. And
Yeah.
he could look like a hero. This guy's saying, I want to spend time with my family.
Yeah, that's bullshit. And
Yeah.
I want to harp on how much art this guy has. We need to stress this more. Not every billionaire is just cultured and has this like eye for what culture is and all this art. Art is a form of tax evasion, money laundering, or both. And that is it.
I refuse to believe that. It's sophisticated on it.
They just have such a good eye. All these billionaires. So you make your
Something
first billion,
happens. Yeah.
boom,
You get
switch goes
someone
on.
comes with a wand and they say, "Bam, sophisticated."
The art this guy has is ridiculous. If you're an art person, you should really go look up his art collection that's going to Sotheby's. If you're interested in the plane, it's for sale for $39 million, or make an offer.
Oh,
whatever you can
OBO.
afford. $267 million in mortgages this guy has.
I will say this is kind of, I hate to bash a successful guy, but like, this is the climate we're not the. I don't know. I just think we're in an era where seeing rich people lose it is like kind of.
People are happy about it.
Yeah, like because our last story was just this. It's over for the rich. The recession's over for the rich.
Yeah.
They're doing fine. Everyone else is suffering. So it's like when one falls,
you catch one.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but it's not.
That family has a lot of money.
Which one?
The
Perlmans. Yeah. They're very,
We've
very
heard
rich.
stories. I think the kids have planes to themselves.
Also, dad's just selling his maybe and
using the kids'
yeah.
plane.
Oh my god, that's so broke.
Yeah.
You gotta borrow your kid's plane. Ugh. Disgusting. Okay, well, yeah. Anyway, this is the time, man. It really feels to me like it is not cool to talk about how well you're doing.
No, it's not.
Not the time.
It's bad taste.
Okay, that's all we got. We got some shout outs or no?
Yeah. What have we got? We got a birthday, Ahmad's birthday, huh?
Are you doing this one or am I doing this one?
We're talking about it right now. I see Ahmad name on it.
You want to do it? I got some more after that.
Okay, go for it. You do
Oh,
Ahmad.
no, I don't know Ahmad's. You do Ahmad's. I got the
Just
other.
say
birthday, Ahmad.
Happy birthday, Ahmad.
I know, I don't have that up right now.
Okay.
God damn it. Okay,
Sorry,
start over.
Ahmad.
Sorry for ruining your birthday,
Sorry
Ahmad.
for ruining your birthday. I was trying to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh my gosh.
And thank you for being a group chat listener.
Yeah.
But Pete rudely interrupted and then didn't provide any value post talking.
Yeah,
Happy
Pete's
birthday,
not ready
Mike.
for the the limelight,
Yeah.
you know? When it gets tossed to you, you jam up. You gotta just
I didn't know about the birthday.
you gotta just improvise.
Well, I
You
never
gotta
know,
just-
'cause
you're like,
like-
oh yeah, so Ahmad,
How was I supposed to know? I was supposed to go. Like D just looked at me and he says,
You gotta juggle
hey,
it. You
Pete,
gotta say, tell
what
us
do you
about it,
tell
D.
us? It's kind of like, okay.
okay, happy birthday, Ahmad. Sorry how that went.
So while we're sitting here just scouring articles trying to give insight, Pete gets to wait an hour and a half for one fucking shout out.
yeah, can't take it. Can't take it.
Because he's guaranteed.
I got prepared
He's
for
looking
other
up
ones.
Casey Neistat's Instagram story, what he's doing in Santa Monica today.
We're literally like multitasking this entire hour and a half to make sure we don't sound like idiots.
And I just want to point out, Pete, that every time when it's shout outs, we pretty much toss to you.
Okay.
So just
Well, that's actually not true.
Pete,
I will go back and look at tapes, but D has been doing a lot of them lately.
we just need
so,
your support. That's all.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, I have other ones here. That's
Okay,
the ones
who
I
you
was
got?
waiting on. These are the ones I was prepared for.
All right.
Okay, go.
Okay, so we have Julieta Alvarado from Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
Okay.
Said, shout out to my loving husband and best fucking, she used the word fucking friend,
Wow.
Whoa.
Joseph Valdez. So you
Please
got
don't
a good
forget
friend,
Joe
Joseph.
Valdez.
Please.
September 30th will be our 6th year anniversary since dating. We met freshman year of high school, been in our journey together since. Also
you guys
tell
are young.
him to throw his old slippers out. They're old, torn, and his toes peek out.
Get
Throw the
yourself some
slippers
fish
out.
flops.
Yeah,
What?
get him some fish
Okay,
flops.
we'll get
Yeah,
Send
send
him
him
some
fish flops.
fish
Yeah.
flops.
Yeah, as a wedding anniversary gift.
There
At
you
least
go.
somebody in
It's their
Canada
dating
still likes
anniversary.
us.
They
Oh.
were freshmen 6 years ago in high school.
You know what's
Oh,
kind of
but
messed up
could
is
be
when you get
married.
married, your anniversary starts over, right?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you restart.
I don't like that. You should get the credit.
Piles on.
Comes quick.
Then we're moving on to Mark Griffiths from California.
Big
This
state.
is actually for you guys. So shout out to Transparency. There used to be, oh, this one's funny. There used to be someone that would sign off on the emails with, quote unquote, you filthy animals, and was on behind closed doors. To be clear, this person was my least favorite of the crew, but but nonetheless, still curious as to what happened. So I guess his shout out is just to ask what happened to Taylor, his least favorite.
Taylor looks like he's moving from Austin to Nashville.
Yes.
Per his Instagram.
Right.
Yeah, Taylor's just moving all around, man. Moving and shaking, living that young millennial life. Is he
Yeah.
millennial or millennial?
He's a millennial.
Yeah. So, you know, it's hard to pin him down.
It's on the move.
Wait, Taylor was their favorite?
Oh, no, least favorite.
Oh, least.
He said,
got a
what
lot
happened
of
to like
that.
my least favorite person, the one who would sign off
They
on
missed him,
emails.
But they
and-
miss him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
All right. Well, don't
Okay.
worry. He's not far. He's just moving and shaking from one Airbnb to another.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I got. We just had those three.
Okay.
Sorry, Ahmad.
Really sorry about that.
Yeah, that's worth it. We should circle back.
We'll get it one day.
Okay. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
What's our new way to submit?
So the link is on the newsletter. So you have to be subscribed to the newsletter to get access to the link to get a shout out. So,
Okay. So if you want to subscribe to our newsletter, go to melrosestreetjournal.com and sign your ass up. Also go to Group Chat Pod on Instagram, Group Chat on Twitter. Big news.
And group chat on Triller.
Group Chat on Triller where
That
Pete
part.
is going
I
to be
think
dancing.
we're verified.
We are?
Yeah.
Wow.
We are verified and at group chat.
We don't stand with Brother G. We are America.
Well, we're American dancers.
Yeah, so Pete and Tim are going to be working on some dance moves to post
Yeah.
up over there.
Milli Vanilli over here. You don't even know that reference.
No.
You're just laughing.
Yeah.
Tim knows the reference?
That was a courtesy laugh. Okay, is that it?
Oh, no. I got recognized again.
Is it for
Really, it's
Ahmad?
not even cool anymore.
Oh,
I hate
jeez.
this.
Where did you get
You're
recognized?
already
On the
sick of
boat
fame.
with your friends?
No.
Like, hey, are you Pete? You're the guy that's always here, right? Every weekend.
You're the Costa Bravo.
You're John's friend, Pete? That's what you
He's
got
like, oh, get out of my
recognized?
face. Get out of here, you fans.
Where were you?
Where was I? I was at just like some sports bar over in Santa Monica. Because they have
What
a lot of
sports
touristic.
bar?
Forget which one it was.
It's
I'll find
South?
it. Huh?
Man, you're really rolling the dice.
Yeah, but well, some guy comes up to me and he's just like, "Man, there are a lot of clean monster in the bathroom." And I was like, "What?" It's a lot of clean monster. I was like, "Oh, I get what you're trying to do here." He's like, "Oh, hey."
Look at this
Wow,
fucking guy.
the arrogance.
Who does he think he is?
I don't even care anymore. It's not cool.
Like, oh, this good try.
Okay,
bud.
wait, so this is
Good
what
job,
Ahmad
hold on,
listens
hold on,
Good
hold on.
try, bud. Not
If
falling for
anybody
that one.
sees Pete in the street,
Stop coming up to me.
no, spit in his face. Just literally walk up to him and just huck a loogie and just say, hey, Dee told me to spit in my face.
Can you imagine?
And now
Oh,
Pete,
my
everywhere
God.
he goes, he was just spitting in his face.
Wait, so
He was like, can't take it anymore.
Stop spitting on
did
me.
they listen to the podcast?
Yeah. That was his time.
Okay.
He's gay. Been listening for a couple of years. I was like,
Well, I guess the three of us don't go out, so we can't be recognized.
Yeah,
We're losing all our fame.
Yeah, we
This
are.
is what's
He's
happening.
taking it all.
Jesus.
Because he's at every
Stay
bar
home,
and
you old
grill.
people. I'll take it all.
The only time I'm out of the house is when I go running. Always run. I ran into a guy, I believe his name is Alex, twice in the last couple of days. Just he was running and he's like, D, and I was like, he's wearing a running mask. I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
And then he DM'd me and told me he's running like 700 miles, which is a lot of miles, Alex.
Wow. It's a
But I
shit
saw him
ton.
again at the gas station near my house. So like I've seen him twice. But people always DM me or hit me on Twitter when they see me running because that's like my one time I'm out of the house.
Yeah.
Pete's getting rewarded for the fruits of our labor.
Yes.
It's good to be me.
That's why
Soaking it up.
I'm flipping it up. You spit at him.
Yeah. I like
Just
that.
one good open hand slap.
I think I take a slap over spit because spit's just like, it's so degrading. A slap I can deal with.
Okay.
Slap his ass.
Slap ass.
All right. Well, there you go, man. If you're trying to get a little piece of group chat, go to any bar and grill in Santa Monica.
You'll find
You
me.
can find Pete. No mask. All right. That's it. We will see you guys in the middle of the week. Enjoy your week. We'll see you later.